Welcome back, Art Club. I cannot wait for us to get started on today's activity. Yesterday we made our letters, right? And we kind of got them ready. We got the prep work, really, was what we got done, which is fun, and it's definitely necessary. But today is the really fun part. So what we're going to do, I'm going to transition my screen here so you can see here's a letter, right? This is the second letter in my name, H-E. So here's the second letter in my name. We want to make sure that it is taped down. So if you didn't get around to that during the last video or last class, do make sure that you've got just a few pieces of that rolled tape. We want to make sure that our letter is secured down to the piece of paper and nice and flat. Now that being said, it is temporary. So we don't want to have so much tape on it that it is going to be really hard to peel the letter up later. So just keep that in mind as well as you're putting your rolls of tape on the back. So I usually say about 4 or 5 rolls of tape per letter. Typically for most letters that works really well. So I'm going to put this last roll of tape on. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. And as I put it on, I want to make sure that it's centered as much as possible. And I want to make sure that it lies nice and flat so that there aren't any big pieces sticking up. Okay, so as much as we can, get that nice and flat on there. Okay, our next step then is going to be to choose a color, and we are going to activate that color with our watercolors and our water. So here I've got my beautiful watercolor paints. They're so beautiful. There's so many great colors to choose from. I think for this one, I'm going to choose this red. I've been excited for how vibrant this red looks, so choose that. Now I want you to notice how much water I am adding to this. I am adding multiple paintbrushes full of water, really stirring it around to activate that cake. I want to get lots and lots of pigment on my brush, but I also want it to be very watery, and you're about to find out why. So what I'm going to do once I've got this nice and activated, lots of watery pigmented watercolor on the brush, I'm going to put it towards the edge of a portion of my letter. So notice I'm going right on that outer edge. So it's on the letter, not on the background, but right at the edge of the letter. And I've got lots and lots of, whoopsies, of paint on there. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but that is quite thick. It's bubbled up even a bit. And I'm going to take my straw. I'm going to take a deep breath and blow on out, just like that. Okay? I am going to continue to do that all the way around, and if you've got an inner part of your letter, even on the inside too, of this letter. And also, if you're wondering why your straw might look different than my straw, I'm using a reusable straw that I already had at home instead of the disposable ones, but I wanted to make sure you all got disposable ones in your art kit, just in case, because I don't always know if you have that at home or not. So that way we all got them. But if you're wondering why my straw is different, that's why. It's just a reusable metal straw. There we go. Getting some more. Turn my paper again. So notice that I'm using all of the same color, but I'm leaving some space in between because I know that I'm going to want more than one color for this. You can choose as few or as many colors as you would like. For each letter, it can be different. Maybe one letter is all one color. Maybe another letter has 5 colors. Totally up to you. You get to choose. Have your creativity come into play here. There you go. So I'm going to keep going around. Now, this could take a while. So instead of me doing this entire letter and spending a 20-minute video on this, I'm going to show you the progress on my letter H so far. So here you can see I've got 2 colors for this one, and I would continue to do that. But then once it's done, and I still have some more work to do on this, I would want to add more yellow definitely all the way around. Maybe I even do choose a third color to really fill in some of those little spaces in between. Totally up to you. So I would want to make sure that I let this dry completely before I would choose to peel away the edges. And this is why we wanted to make sure that our tape is not overly secured on there, because this is going to be just temporary. But you can see how that's going to look. Now I am going to keep this on here though, because I do still need to finish this. Also, don't get rid of these letters. Okay, keep them, because there is going to be some more options for how we could decorate this later on this week. So if you keep the letters, you can always put them back on here for those optional things towards the end of the week. So just keep that in mind. Don't throw the letters away quite yet. All right, so I'm going to continue to add those splatters all the way around this one. Also, don't forget to count how many letters are in your name. Because you might want to work on another letter yet today too. You can see that I'm going to try to get my letter H done, and I'm going to also try to get at least a good start on the letter E, because since I have 7 letters in my name, I kind of need to do a little more than 1 letter per day if I want to get them all done by the end of the week. So kind of gauge that out and set your own personal goals for how many you want to get done each day and when you want to be finished by. All right, have fun. Don't forget to take deep breaths. Don't forget to pause in between if you're feeling a little dizzy. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.